Ugh. I can't do it anymore, man. The only thing my teammates want is, well... Okay, maybe they kind of need it. But all I keep on getting given is turrets and buddies. Gucci, 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 goo. But I can do so much more than just only this. That's it. I need something different, something a little new. No. Everyone's done that. Been there. No. Skip. Yeah, that could be interesting. Let's do it. Also 50-50 for electric or rock VGM. I think I can do something down the middle. Here's a quick build, timestamps there for gameplay tips and interactions. Feed the Void, Helion, Penumbral Blast, Phoenix Dive, Storm Grenade. Fragments are Facet of Dominance, Protection, Hope, Purpose, Ruin. These are very flexible though. A mod setup should look something like this. Super's Song of Flame, this can be switched though, and your exotic is Spirit of Inmost Light and Claw. Weapons are flexible too. Right, let's waste no time. This build is all about Penumbral Blast, which means this build is all about freezing. And I mean a lot of freezing. There's 3 things that really make this build tick: the melee itself, Penumbral Blast, then Spirit of Inmost Light, and Spirit of Claw. This one gives us all the regen we need in the build, this one gives us an extra melee charge. For the rest of it, your grenade is Storm. As an arc ability, it means we get access to Amplified for just getting rapid arc kills, so it's pretty much a free 15% DR, and enemies don't shoot you good when you're amplified, which makes getting up close with the build so much safer. Class as Phoenix Dive for its short cooldown, not only nice for making Helion more consistent, but also is nice for getting Inmost Light regen more often. For aspects, Feed the Void because it's Feed the Void. Get an ability kill, you get Enhanced Devour, which will full heal you on a kill, and give even more grenade energy. It's an ability spam build, it's kind of a no-brainer, and the grenade energy is really nice for Inmost Light. Helion is your second aspect. We not only have really good uptime on it with all the class ability cooldowns we have, but it's solid like Transcendence energy gains too. For fragments, there's a big list you can choose from, but there's 3 I'd say every version needs. Facet of Hope for increased class ability regen while you have an elemental buff. Faceted Protection for DR while surrounded by 3 or more enemies, which gets bumped up during Transcendence. And Faceted Dominance for Jolt for your Storm Grenade and Weaken for your Transcendence. From there, Ruin and Purpose are my favourite picks, and I'd say try those out first, but Dawn, Courage and Command are all great switches you can make, especially Dawn for anti-barrier. Last, let's go over supers. I would say Song is your best super, but if you're struggling with survivability, Faceted Purpose with either Winter's Wrath or Needle Storm adds some serious tankiness to the build through either Woven Mail or Frost Armor. Either one stacked up with Devour and you're going to be tough to kill. You take a hit on having a less impactful super, but you're up on having better survivability. This choice is really up to you though. I'd say start with Song, tweak it to the others if you find you're wanting that extra safety net in the build. Probably the most important part, interactions and how you want to play it. The one thing I really want you to drill into your head when you're playing this, even more important than your playstyle, is always thinking how fast you can get to Transcendence. I know that might sound obvious, it's kind of like, duh, any Prismatic build wants that, but here your Transcendence is such an improvement on your neutral kit that it always needs to be on your mind. This is also because, whilst Penumbral is great during Transcendence, it's bad at building it up. I found that Light was generally topped up more often than Dark, so I had to focus on using Dark guns here to balance those bars out a little bit. Whole point really being, Transcendence won't build up passively all that fast, especially on the dark side. It's something that you've got to think about building up in your gameplay. Seconding that, Transcendence lets you get away with a much more aggressive playstyle. You just get so many freezes from super fast charging Penumbrals, and your grenade is amazing at dragging enemies into spots where Penumbral is set up to hit big groups of ads. I hope the footage does some justice in showing just how aggressive you can get with Transcendence. You can look down champs and just chill out, knowing that you've got an almost unlimited supply of ways to stop them from shooting you. For interactions in the build, there's some great stuff here that'll add some depth to your gameplay. One nice thing about Claw is that every ability reset you have in the build will always give back 2 melees. Coming out of Song will give 2, and going into Transcendence will give 2. As a general rule, just try spend all your grenades and melees before going into Transcendence. One of the cooler ability reset mechanics you have though is with Song of Flame. As you come out of Song, you'll get ability resets for grenade and melee, but for whatever reason, you'll kind of have an excess of ability energy refunded, meaning if you time it just right, you're able to throw out a melee and a grenade for free, as the game will still be registering that you've finished Song and then refresh those abilities again. You specifically want to Penumbral, then Storm Grenade, as you'll be able to animation cancel and get them both off in time to have them regen. Moving on, let's talk guns. You're going to need a good gun for building up Dark Transcendence for all the reasons I said before, but apart from them, you've got a lot of flexibility for both weapon archetypes you want to use and elements you might want in the build as well. There's one caveat: you're going to need one gun with arc. Doesn't matter where, but you just need one. Storm Grenade is here for amplified, and an arc gun is there to support them. Every so often, get a few arc kills and you top the amplified timer up and you'll get all of the bonuses that come with them. For perks on these guns, Incandescent is nice for more consistent ignitions, Rolling Storm is not only buffed when you have amplified, but is also melee energy for Penumbrals, so it's a great pick here, bred alongside Demo, Strategist and Pugilist. Trench Barrel works really nicely too, Rhyme Stealer is great for giving you some survivability through Frost Armor, and if you're running Purpose, Attrition Orbs is a really stress-free way to guarantee yourself an orb for your elemental buff. For exotics, there's genuinely too many to list that'll work here. You have so much variety, and odds are if you think it'll work, it probably will. I have a favourite in the build, it's Icebreaker, but by no means is that a gun that is needed here. And last, before the artifact, your mod setup. On the helmet, take Cypher mods matching guns you think you'll get the most kills with. I was using Icebreaker and an Arc LMG in the footage, so I went Arc Siphon and Double Harmonic. On arms, I went Triple Focusing Strike. On the chest, go 1 charged up, then either Resist or Reserve mods. For the legs, take 1 Stacks on Stacks, then 1 Invigoration and Innovation. Then on the class, 1 Utility Kickstart and 1 Reaper. For other empty slots, add in Stat Boost with your priority being Resilience, then Strength, then Discipline, then Recovery. And last but not least, Seasonal Artifact mods. If it's not episode Heresy, you can skip ahead, but if it is, you have got some amazing stuff to work with here. If you've chosen Strand Guns in the build, Unraveling Orbs and Horde Shuttle. If you've picked Void, Malign Harvest, Void Flux and Volatile Marksman, with Arc, Overclock and Load, Dielectric, Flashover and Defibrillating Blast, and if you've got Solar, Elemental Siphon. And just for other good artifact perks, Heavy Ordnance Regeneration, Limit Break and Dreadful Finisher are all nice additions. And that's a wrap. This build isn't all that complicated, it's not got that much depth to it, but it's loads of fun to use, and I kid you not, if you search up Prismatic Warlock Penumbral Blast build, this, at least at the time of recording, is the only one. So it felt like it was a wrong in the world that had to be righted. I hope you enjoyed the build though, it's genuinely much stronger than what you might think at first, and it's a load of fun to use too. That's about it from me though. See ya.